Modern Storage Unpacked. Let's go.
Welcome back to Modern Storage Unpacked. I'm your host, Hannah.
And I'm your co-host, Kaylee.
We're so excited that it is 2026, which is kind of crazy
I know.
to think about. Thought it'd be flying cars at this point of life.
Right.
You know? But we hope you guys had a great New Year's. To all of our listeners, make sure you subscribe to our podcast. We have so much planned for this year to come. So if you're an investor, if you're in the industry yourself, or you're just interested in some behind the scenes or needing some tips on how to store smarter, this podcast is for you. Kaylee, do you feel like the years just keep going by faster and faster? Or is that just me?
No, I completely agree.
Especially as an adult.
Yeah. Quoting Smash Mouth, years just keep on coming. They won't stop coming. They
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah.
Kaylee, do you have any 2026 New Year's resolutions?
Honestly, I really don't. I mean, I have like goals and things that like I want to try to do in 2026, but I haven't really like held myself to any like New Year's resolutions. What about yourself?
I feel you. I'm not much of a resolution type of girl. I think that, I just kind of I always have goals and things, but I'm not like someone who just puts myself to it. Like an everyday situation, I don't know. I've never really like, I'm doing this every day or every week and like holding myself to it. It's just like, oh, by the end of this year, I'd love to like buy a house,
Yeah,
it's a big goal.
Yeah, it's more of the like smaller things. I do feel like nowadays not that many people do New Year's resolutions. If you are one of the ones that do, how long do you usually stay with it? Because that's my thing is like, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to stick with them.
Yeah, if anything, they like last through January, and I feel like that's most people. Yeah. And then February 1st, it's like, you know what? We'll try again next year.
Yeah. I'm already in 2026. I'll just go ahead and try it in 2027.
But I feel like for this year in this podcast, we're going to try some resolutions that we can actually keep, some realistic ones.
That's what I like.
We're going to be doing them together. So welcome to the 2026 Storage Resolution Challenge. Before we get into it, let's talk about why they mostly fail, like why they typically fail. I feel like one is people are setting goals that are way too big for themselves. Like you're not suddenly a different person just because the calendar has changed.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we all wish that can happen. And unrealistic resolutions can be really overwhelming and exhausting before we even start with it. So like you're setting a way too big goal that even just thinking about it, you're exhausted.
Another thing that I would say would be, again, expecting those overnight results. People love the idea of change, but when the results don't magically happen in a week, they tend to tap out. So again, you say that you went to the gym twice and you still look the same and you're like, cancel it. But that's not how it works.
Yep, gotta stick with it.
Yep.
Another reason why resolutions typically fail is that most people don't necessarily have a plan. It's kind of just like a vibe moment. Like this is gonna happen.
I can feel it.
Like get organized. Okay, but what's your plan?
Yes.
You can't be too vague with it. You gotta like be healthier.
Yeah.
Okay, like what are you cutting out? Potato chips? Are you cutting out sodas? Like you gotta be a little bit more detailed with your goals. Motivations also fade very, very fast. If you don't have, like when the habits haven't formed yet and the motivation fades, I feel like that's when people just fall off. Like you get really excited at the beginning and you're like, heck yeah, I'm going to the gym. And then like 2 days in, you're like, nope. I'm plateauing. That's it,
With that, not only if you don't have a plan, you're not tracking your progress. Again, you do have to celebrate those small wins. Even if you don't feel successful, people tend to quit because they don't realize that they are actually making progress. And it's just not as dramatic as they're hoping.
And this is going to set the stage for why the Storage Resolution Challenge is simple, it's doable, and it's actually realistic. Our 2026 Storage Resolution is divided into rules.
So starting with rule number 1, one a month. So each month in 2026, pick one bin, box, drawer, tote, closet, shelf, and just go through it. Not your whole house. Just somewhere small.
Start small.
Yeah. If you still feel motivated, you can tackle more. You can still hit up another closet. You can hit up the rest of the drawers. But this rule just sets those realistic goals for anyone with a busy schedule.
Absolutely.
You know, people fail because they try to do everything at once. But organizing just one bin, that's realistic. It's doable, and it's a great goal that you don't have to dread. It really creates momentum. You're not too burnt out. And it really does force you to face those forgotten items like little by little, and it breaks that emotional attachment cycle. You know, when you handle fewer items at once, you think more clearly. You're not drowning in decisions.
Yes.
Just gently sorting things. It makes it way easier to let things go and keep the things that you truly, truly want. So that's rule number 1.
Rule number 2, we'll call this the quarterly unit reset. So dedicate time to visit your storage unit at least once a quarter. That is just 4 times a year if you think about it. 4 times a year, once a quarter. And each check-in, you're going to have 3 different parts to it. The first one is going to be the reality check. Okay. Did I stick to it? Did life get too crazy? You're not judging. You are just gathering data on patterns where you accumulate clutter. People rarely fail because they are lazy. They fail because they do not notice what is actually derailing them. The second thing you're going to do when you're going to these check-ins, the micro adjustment. So small tweaks over big overhauls. For example, if declutter the house is failing, switch to declutter 1 drawer a month. If keep the storage unit organized is failing, schedule a 15-minute walkthrough once per quarter. If budget better is failing, automate 1 bill or savings transfer. These things can just kind of help you keep track of it and make it not feel as overwhelming up front. The third thing you're going to do in this check-in is the win check. We've kind of talked about this before. We'll say it again. Look for wins, even the tiny ones. Even the micro wins count. Like all of them. I didn't buy any storage totes. I didn't need this quarter. That's a win. I kept my keys in the same spot for 90 days. That's a win. You didn't lose them. You know, I labeled 25% more stuff than last year. That's a win. Also in these check-ins, you're going to be sweeping, straightening, label, kind of just a quick check-in. You know, give it a good sweep. First off, you want your things to be clean. You don't want to come in and it's just a dust bowl because you haven't done it in 5 years. And it also does not have to be Pinterest perfect. You know, just something that's functional. If you don't have a storage unit, you can treat this rule as your attic or basement, garage, really wherever you store most of those miscellaneous items. Definitely apply that for this.
Now, rule number 3 is no more mystery boxes. We all know what mystery boxes are. They are like the browser tabs of your storage life.
Guilty.
We keep opening new ones, maybe without closing the old ones. So again, to cure this addiction at the root, find a home for every item you have. And for the leftovers in boxes or totes, just label it. They waste your time whenever you go to your unit, closet, garage, attic. Mystery box just slows you down because you have to dig through it to find out what might be in there. I mean, if you pick up a box and can't name what's inside, that's a problem.
Very guilty of this. But you know what? I got this thing on Amazon. It's like a little portable label maker.
Smart.
It's
love that.
It's smaller than like a computer mouse. And it fits in my purse. And I can just go and label this coffee. And I'm going to start using it.
Yes. So exactly. It's like those little small things. But again, if you don't have a storage unit, you can try all of these rules, your closet at home that maybe you've been ignoring, the garage that has just like one more move before things might just kind of tumble over.
Yeah, and all the decoration bins that multiply every Christmas. Or it could just be a personal storage habit that you want to fix. We definitely urge you guys to take on this challenge, gear it towards something that you can physically and emotionally do. Don't set unrealistic expectations, which is kind of why we kind of threw this out there. We want this to be a stress-free thing. We want it to actually be something where it's so small that it motivates you to go like one more bin, one more closet, one more shelf.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And then if you tap out, you tap out. Celebrate those wins.
So whether your 2026 resolution is to finally get organized or just to survive January, we're here for you.
And if you fall off by Valentine's Day, same. I've probably already fallen off at this point. That is why this challenge is easy. One bit at a time, one tiny win each month. So Here's to a new year, new habits, and the small changes that make the big impact. And remember, progress isn't perfect. It's just forward. Thank you, Kaylee, for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you, guys. We'll see y'all next time on Modern Storage Unpacked.
That's a wrap for this episode of Modern Storage Unpacked. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe. See you next time.